Welcome one and all to round number 6 of the Asia Cup for the C5 category. And of course we're in Abu Dhabi, the final day in Abu Dhabi. And once again I'm joined by Gexy.
Hello.
And just about to get ready for qualifying.
Yeah, very important. Well, it's not really important over here, but qualifying is pretty fun to watch over here. So let's see. Let me just join the session.
We'll just see who's the first coming out. Looks like it's going to be a Red Bull first car out on track. Actually, I think it's Mad Chip.
It is dry quali. Okay.
But a very interesting race for the championship, because Magic Poop Cannon can win the Asia Cup today. It requires him outscoring Bogrovsky and Nailboy, both of them by 12 points, and Mad Chip by 13. So might be a tall order, but definitely possible nonetheless. And speaking of that battle between second and third, they're all separated by 1 point on 56 and 55 points, so that could be quite a big battle today, especially with there only being 3 races left in the Asia Cup.
Yeah, 2 more races after this one, which will be Singapore and Japan, I think.
Yes, and the gap at the top, 39 points at the moment.
Just like China, Brokerilla retires.
Ooh.
When he starts.
He's done it. I think he might have had a... he's done it in the pit lane. There is damage.
Looks like he did it with the Royals. No, he's coming out of the pits. We just had a bad exit, I think.
Can be quite difficult in the tunnel section.
Yeah. But retiring with that speed is very well hard. Okay, here's Bogrovsky starting his first lap on the mediums or on the softs. Are there any medium runners? No, everyone will be on the softs.
Stereotypical strategy seems to be 2-stop, soft to medium, and then medium again. And Wazza's, I think, going to be the first car to set a lap if he keeps it valid. Just coming around turn 7. Might try and steal a toe from the Red Bull. Bogrovsky's backed off. Maybe just trying to regain some ERS and go again. Magic Poop Cannon just behind Wazza as they go into the 8-9 chicane. One of the key overtaking spots in the race, of course.
It's very hot outside in most of the countries where all the drivers live, so people might get very tired around the end of the race, so that might come into play. We'll see. Lay starting his lap.
Wazza just coming towards the hotel section, dropping down into turn number 17. And he goes underneath the hotel, keeping it nice and clean, avoiding the curves to try and carry as much speed as he can. And running through the penultimate corner, see what the first time of the day is going to be. The Poop Cannon just behind. As he runs something like 37.9, but it's a 36.3 from Poop Cannon, so 1.6 seconds, and other times are really coming in. Pecostas goes onto provisional pole just about there, and it's actually a repeat of the podium from Russia, currently in the top 3, but Cassell changes that. Great lap in the low 36s, and Magic first person into the 35s. Law goes into P5. Ralph just crossing the line, goes into 7th.
Boy about at a time.
Currently 3rd in the championship, 1 win to his name.
36.
Just about getting into the 36s.
Okay, here we have Calais in the pits. Okay.
Invalidated his lap, I think.
Yeah, might have. His teammate Crankybot is about to finish his lap, so let's see what time he will set. On the softs, of course. Doesn't look like it will be a great time, but let's see. A 37.7, that's P8. So still ahead of quite a few drivers. Good job by him.
Just ahead of Ralph. Bogrossi just come into the final corner. He backed off after his first attempt and goes again into P6, 36.8.
That's a great lap. That's a really great time by Matthew. That's, yeah, I think I qualify with like a 35.6 or something. So that's very good by him. No boy about to finish his lap. Oh no, he's coming in. Never mind.
Yeah, pulls off into the pit lane. Don't think anyone else on the flyer. I think Satil's on an out lap, and so is Cloud Durant. Another driver just working his way through the middle sector on his out lap.
Yeah, Ross as well, about to start a lap right behind Satil.
I think, if I'm correct as well, Mercedes can win the Constructors today as well. They currently have a 71-point lead, so I haven't done the maths for that one, but I'm pretty sure they can wrap it up today as well. But McLaren's having a great race last time out, a first and a third, puts them second in the Constructors and really helped Costas and Nova in the Drivers' Championship as well. Oh, but Durant's gone very wide at the penultimate corner. He's just about to start a lap, so I don't think he's got any damage, so it shouldn't affect him.
Cassell almost in the way of Satil. I think. Oh, Cassell re-entering almost. Jesus. Cassell is a new driver, right?
No, he's currently in 8th in the championship, but missed the last race.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, Matchup changed his name to Twitch TV Matchup, so he's a streamer, I suppose.
Getting a bit of a getting a bit of a plug-in.
Let me see. Twitch Matchup. You never know. I don't see him yet.
Ross just going through the chicane at the end, start of the third sector. There seems to be a bit of a car park on the second straight, 2 Renaults and a McLaren. Ross working his way through now to the hotel section, excuse me, but Satil just coming now towards turn number 20. And we'll see where the Alfa Romeo driver can put himself. Posted that really good time in Azerbaijan, but goes up into P8 just.
There was Ross. 273 in P10.
So I think again there's a lot of groups forming, a lot of guys in the low 36s, a lot of guys in the low 37s, and a few in the high 37s as well, so a lot of close battles.
Eight minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Let me see in the Discord if the race will be dry. Probably, but you never know.
Kalau just coming to the end of his lap. First time on the session for the Williams driver, and it is a 1 minute 37.4, goes into P11 just ahead of his teammate Crankybot. Ross just a 10.5 down in his first sector time, and Nova 2.5 tenths down as he goes through the middle sector The Magic Boot Cannon's almost half a second up as he went through the middle sector split. See if the championship leader can carry his speed and get pole position or provisional pole position. Keeping it all together well through 18 and 19 as he comes through to the final part of the lap. Bit of a twitch, but holds it very well. And now the run towards the line. It is going to be a 1 minute 35.744. Great lap from Magic Boot Cannon, making it a Mercedes 1-2.
And that's very good for the constructors. If they can finish with a 1-2, Magic Boot Cannon might win the title, and Mercedes will also maybe win the constructors title.
Get both championships wrapped up today.
Pretty early on, 2 races to go after this, so. And only after, I think, 5 races, already having secured the title, well, being close to having it secured, it's pretty amazing.
Costas does split the Mercedes though, so he's carrying on his good form from Russia. Maybe looking to make it 2 wins in a row. Especially as Magic Boot Cannon did start on pole last week in Russia, but Costas managing to get the better of him through the race. So is anyone on a lap at the moment? Don't think so, just at the moment.
Triana's time was 1/10 slower, I think. So let's see what he can do.
Not a lot of ERS, so he might have already done 1 lap on these tyres.
We shall see. Time is looking pretty okay, I think, but he's coming into the pits.
Opting out of that lap.
Frankie Bell just started in the lap, and he spun.
Almost held the drift quite well.
Cold tires, that turn kills. I almost spun there as well. So very difficult to take that full throttle when you're on tires. So yeah, not in the right temperature. Then we have Florka, 9/10 up his time, about to finish as well.
Just invalidated his lap though.
Did he?
Yeah, my map says he's invalidated it. And he's coming into the pit lane.
Weza as well, I think. Yeah, Weza is still in the time.
Just going to come underneath the hotel. Spag's back in the Mikey podium again. Currently in P8. Hoping to try and do what he almost did last week in Russia. But a few incidents towards the end with that late safety car didn't help. But Wazan out across the line. Goes on to P4. Massive improvement.
7 seconds of an improvement. Moving from P16 to P4, I think. That's a great time.
Hooking that lap up very well.
What I noticed, Calais has been in the pits for quite a while. Will he still try another lap? Yeah.
Surely have a late run.
Yeah, but he said one time around 12 minutes into qualifier, and then there were like 12 minutes left, and then he didn't come out at all. But I think he's coming out right now, actually. Yeah, I think I see some movement. Yep.
Oh, Matchup's out.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of the turn 3, lost it coming up turn 3, hit the wall on the right hand side, and he is out of qualifying.
Yeah.
So at least he's
Still
starting. At least he's got P3 all sorted.
Luckily, red flags aren't a thing in this game, but yeah, that's a big crash.
I don't think that's helped the till. He's invalidated his run in the first sector. Calais still in the pit lane.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I have to see what he does. Cassell invalidated his lap as well, so I think he's going to save a bit of ERS and go again one more time.
Sutil is setting a time. 1:10 of his time right now.
He's invalidated as well in the first sector, if I remember. He's now 2 seconds off.
Wow. It doesn't show that it's invalidating on my screen.
It's not very consistent. I had that the other day as well.
Yeah. Oh, Calais is out of the pits now. So let's see what both the Williams can do.
Hoping to move up. Hoping to move up from 13th and 14th.
Up to P1 and 2. You never know. Oof. Oh, that's Ross almost into the wall, trying to dodge 2 cars. I don't know what happened. Other than fast right-hander in sector 1.
Saw them bunching up.
4 cars. And I think Ross went like in between 2 cars in the turn, so he just about, yeah, didn't crash.
Cassell on a lap at the moment, going through the middle sector. Nova taking the shortest run down towards turn number 11. Currently 2:10s up on his time, and that could put him into the top 5 as he gets towards the line. Bogger obviously just starting a lap down in P8 at the moment, second in the championship. Mikey found almost 10th in the first sector, so another driver, I think he's going to get a bit of a tow, maybe just about from the car in front. As both Williams just about to start the lap, but Mikey almost 4.5 tenths up through the middle sector. Law pulls to the side and allows Mikey to go through, and this could another time that could put him into the top 5. And Nova time 4/10 improvement puts him into P5. So a lot of drivers getting into the low 1:36s.
Let's see if the Williams can switch from each other on the straights.
Crankybot has invalidated his lap on my screen.
Crankybot? Play, oh yeah, okay. Play is still going strong. Let's see what his delta is. At the end of this straight we can see.
Opens up DRS towards turn at number 11.
Improving or losing time, improving by 5/10. That will help him quite a lot, I think.
Definitely aiming for the 1:36s at the moment.
Very well those turns.
And Bogorovsky goes into P4, low 1:36, moves him up 5 places. And the checker flag is out now. So these will be the final time. Cassell, big improvement in the first sector as well.
Calais sector 1 or sector 2 and 3 are looking very quick, so might be more than 5/10 that he improves by. Let's see. Up to P8, 36.3. That's a great time by Calais.
1.1 second improvement, so massive gains on the final lap. Nova didn't quite improve on that last lap. Ross coming to the final corner. He'll be able to improve from 1:37, and he goes into 11th, just getting into the 1:36s. Law currently in P10, 10th and a half up.
Here we have Costa setting at 35.3, taking pole position.
Ooh, what a time. And Law actually goes into third. Both Precocious and Law improving late on.
Yeah, Matchship dropping down 1 position so far.
But can Puttkanen respond? He was a little bit down in his middle sector time on the curb there, and improves but stays in second place.
And there's no one else setting a time, so this is our qualifying. Or no, Florka still. No,
Florka is. You got Durant pushing, but I think he's a bit too slow, and he does pull into the pit lane. Maybe a small mistake late on in that middle sector. But Pacosta's carrying that good form from Russia and looking to try and make it 2 wins on the bounce. Currently 7th in the championship, and got got 25 of his 35 points in the last race alone. So finding speed in the second half of the Asia Cup.
Now that I think of it, wasn't Law in a Ferrari? I think he was. Let me watch the China stream we did.
He was, but he is now officially in Renault. So maybe a driver swap of some sort. Unless maybe he missed qualifying and got given the wrong car or something like that. That's qualifying, and a fantastic lap from Bacostas. 1 minute 35.3 gives him pole position. But
faster than my time.
And that's actually his first pole position in RLH.
Great job by him. And let me see if people answered my weather question. Nope. We'll never know, but I think it's dry.
Yeah. Poop Cannon in second, Law in third, Madchip takes fourth, Cassell in fifth, and then we'll run through the rest of the order on the formation lap. And Callum's very happy with his quali lap, getting it in right at the death to move him up the order. I think into the low 136s as well.
Here we are. Giuliano's leaves.
Ooh.
Let's see if that will make these lobby glitch, because I do not see any check marks yet. Okay,
he's back.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I was wondering if we were going to get Ghost Nova from the start.
Oh yeah.
Repeat of Azerbaijan.
Wait, I don't see Nova back in the lobby yet.
He's not on the side, is he? Of my screen. So hopefully he can get back in. So a really good qualifying in there. Both McLarens having a really good. No, he's not.
Okay, here we are.
I think Nova's missing out on the race with that slight technical glitch. He's not on the timing bar.
And he's not even in a car. There's not one single Florica car or a Nova car.
No, but
he's not in the race.
That's gutting for him.
Let me hear.
Bacostas though, his teammate starts on pole, and Magic Poop Cannon in P2, the first in Mercedes, Law third, good qualifying in the Renault. Madchip, despite that retirement, goes into P4, I think promoted by Nova's misfortunes. Cassell P5, Bogrovsky P6, Wazza 7th, Clout P9, Mikey 10th. Spag would have preferred him in P11 for the fresher tyres, but still thinking the podium's still on, so we'll have to keep an eye on how Mikey's race gets on. Ross in P11, Nelboy in 12, currently third in the championship. Satil down in 13th. On the medium tyres, interestingly enough, Crankybot 11th, also on the mediums. Ralph 15th, Frickion 16th, another driver on the mediums. And Durant also on the mediums in 17th, and Broke Gorilla rounds out the field in P18 in the other Alfa Romeo. We'll see what tyres everyone. So everyone outside the top 10 apart from Ralph and Broke Gorilla, all on the mediums. Of course, top 10 all starting the race on the tyres they qualified on, so the softs.
Okay, let's just imagine Ghosts are normally invincible, so Ghost Nova is still here, but we can't see him.
He's already started.
Yeah, he's in the lead.
Give the win to Ghost Nova.
Yeah.
But Bacosa's just about to line up in his grid slot, and then we'll have to wait for the rest of the field to come around the final couple of corners. Broke Gorilla just about to get onto the grid, and he'll slot into P18. And we will await the lights, which are surely imminent. Engine start to rev.
Here we are.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Seems to be a good start for Precocious, and Magic Pukan slots in just behind him. Oh, big dive there from, I think that was Kalau, and he's dropping down the field now. And,
oh, that's Matchip's gone all the way to the back. Luckily no retirement. Cranky Ball takes out Calais. Oof, still has his tires, but Cranky Ball went out around the outside of Calais, and yeah.
Oh, and cutting across the corners there is Ross, and he's going to slow down and give some of those positions back. Side by side is the Ferrari and the Renault in P13, and now Cranky Ball trying to go past Ross down into Turnham.
On the inside. Very close. Costa's still ahead.
Can he get back at the McLaren driver? Going now down into turn number 11. He's going to be in the tow. Of course, no DRS. And they're side by side, trying to go around the outside. But the McLaren driver just about tucks ahead. Further back, Satil already up 5 places. And he's got his front wing intact as well. Good start for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Roski P6. Where he started, Satil moving up 5 positions. Cassell in P3 now on the podium, starting P5.
And Klaus dropped just behind Matchip. Matchip's actually got all, I think, pretty sure all of his front wing intact, so he doesn't have to. He's not sort of forced into the pit lane from that respect.
Will has to come into the pits. Very unfortunate.
And Law keeping close to the back of the Haas of Cassell, and maybe looking for a move on the main straight in a couple of corners time, but Pukan definitely got the confidence in the toe of the McLaren driver, and see another battle like we saw in Russia between these two. And surely now the Mercedes driver is doing a great launch off of turn 6 by turn 7 I should say, by Costas, and he's really pushed that, increased that gap. Further back, Wazza maybe having a look on the inside of Law. Thinks better than sending one up the inside. Oh, now Ross has managed to get past Ralph. Clean move into the chicane. And the racing point dropping down into 11.
Will we make a dive? No.
Just hangs back for the time being.
Still braking very late, now we're getting really close now.
Crankybot's managed to get past Broke Gorilla, and Broke Gorilla just has to tuck him behind, so Crankybot making progress on the mediums after a difficult start for both the Williams drivers. See that the top two have already made a gap of over 2 seconds. I think Cassell might be struggling a little bit on these soft tyres.
Oh, yellows, that's Durant retiring. Let's see if this will trigger a safety car.
DRS is enabled. He's done it just after the hotel.
Virtual
the
safety
VSC.
Alright. Yeah, not really.
Matchup in the pit lane. This will be important for Poop Cannon, because he's currently on 15% ERS, while Pecosas is on 97. So he's been trying to have a real attack on the McLaren. So now will be a great time to try and save some of that ERS. And we're racing once again, so that was a very short VSC. And has Poop Cannon got the jump on Pecosas? He's going to try and closing and closing with DRS. He had to look to the inside. Hangs back, of course, with that second DRS zone. Just over back, Wazza looking on the inside and cuts across the corner a tiny bit to avoid contact, and the third, fourth and fifth stay as they were. And Bogrossi's now got Mikey on the back of him. Poop Cannon, is he close enough? Not on this occasion.
Mikey on the inside of Bogorowski, braking early so he doesn't go on the inside.
Oh, and spinning this, Ross has spun. Making contact with maybe Satil. That promotes Farikon and both racing points. dropping him down into P12.
Very close to everyone.
It's a Teal now trying to find a way past Mikey as they come towards the end of the lap. You've got to try and keep with him to try and make an overtaking spot, maybe into turn 8. As we start lap number 4. As Ross comes into the pit lane to maybe sustaining a bit of damage from his collision.
Luckily, no one.
Oh, and jumping across the curb there is Wazza almost hits Bogrovsky. And Tatil's out on the left. Ralph spun.
Horrible timing. I was about to say no incidents yet in turn 1 or turn 3. I mean.
Nailboy sent one up the inside.
Was
over VSC.
Nailboy all went wrong. Tatil was out. Wow, that was a pretty big incident. They're like 2 guys spinning on their own in one single turn, and other guys just being collected.
Yeah, I think Tatil hit the left-hand side, so lost the rear end as he went into turn 3. But yeah, I think other guys maybe just spinning to try and avoid. And I think it was Mikey who was on the blue painted stuff and almost launched himself into Bog, but Bog managing to get past and up into P5.
And we're racing again.
No.
Costas won a lot of time.
Poop Cannon, I think, was I was just on board with him for the restart, and I think he was just slowing down maybe to try and match his delta, and as it went green, Pagosas I think just managed it really well and has already got 2-second gap now. Mike is pulling into the pit lane, he's got no damage, but maybe opting for a bit of an undercut. Interesting to see what tyres he goes onto.
Yeah, people will pit from the softs to another tyre around lap 5 to 10, I think.
Yeah, and the Ralph having a look on the inside. I think he's just lost a position there. Oh, and spinning as he comes together with Broke Gorilla. Keeping out the wall though.
Now Wazza and Nailboy very close to each other. DRS was enabled, so let's see what Nailboy can do right when Wazza opening up DRS in overtake mode. Here he is.
Oh, Ralph has spun again. Further down the field.
And here's Nailboy braking early. Oh, and then braking late, hitting the rear of Wazza. Left wing damage for Wazza, but I don't think that had to do with Nailboy.
I think Ralph had another incident on his own. I think when he spun, those tyres got heated up. But now we're having a look up the inside of Wazza, but sensibly hangs back on this occasion. Wazza runs very wide. He's going to hold the position over the racing point. Maybe struggling on those softs already. He's again going a little bit too deep into 17. Now Boyd will be wanting to get past, starting the race on those medium tyres. And Wazza's into the pit lane at the end of lap 6. So responding to his teammate Mikey potentially. Oh, yellow flag.
Oh, and Matthew Poop Cannon spins. Poop Cannon spins, dropping now to P5. Now we're maybe also getting past. No. Wow, virtual safety car once again.
So I think that's going to help him out. But yeah, I think CrankyBot maybe just ran a bit too wide, spun the tyres a bit too much, and into the wall on the right hand side.
Yeah. Down to B5 now. Now we're racing.
Yeah, losing out quite a bit, time-wise as well as positions, and not ideal for the championship leader.
Belay getting past. Gorilla now. Closest gap are now Spadorowski and Lar in the battle for the final podium spot.
So Bog currently in second, so we'll be gaining on Puttkanen slightly to try and keep the championship battle alive at the moment. As Wazza gets a 3-second time penalty on those fresh tyres, and he has actually got ahead of his teammate. I think the VSC helping him out a tiny bit to do that. As Cassell's into the pit lane as well from second place, so the Haas driver coming in.
I'm just watching everyone taking turn 3 because so far every 2 laps something happened over it.
Puttkanen's into the pit lane for fresh mediums. Nelboy holds it well through turn 3.
Good to see.
So where's Puttkanen? Puttkanen's actually lost out to both of the Toro Rossos.
Wow.
And his teammate. Magic spinning right at the start. Of course he pitted very early on. He's actually got ahead of his teammate. Both of them having made one stop. So that spin not helping out Puttkanen at all, and he's now got a lot of cars between him and Pecostas that are on the...
This is a pretty comfortable lead now.
Yeah, 6.5 seconds out in front. We might see some of those top 3 coming into the pit lane end of this lap.
Yeah, only 3 more softer runners and they will be coming pretty soon, I think.
Wazza closing into turn 11 as he sets the fastest middle sector of the race. Not closing in by quite enough at the moment. And Pecostas into the pit lane from the race lead. And Law's going to follow him. And so will Bog. So Nelboy should take hold of the race lead.
Bog is in as well.
Yeah, all of the soft runners coming in this lap.
Nelboy in the lead at the moment.
The two Toro Rosso drivers hunting down Cassell. I think poor final corners allowed him to breach a bit of a gap, and Nelboy's off.
Nelboy. Oof.
Again at turn 3, and Furcon's closing in on him. He's just going to keep hold of that lead, but the coast is being held up as well now in P3, of course. Effective race leader in the pit stops. He's trying to go up the inside, and a bit of contact with the rear of Furcon, but holds it just about.
And out of nowhere, everyone is very close again.
Up the inside is the Ferrari on the racing point. I think he's going to get the job done into the corner. Koza's now trying to get a bit of a switch back on Nelboy, but loses the rear a tiny bit, and that might put Cassell onto the back of him. And side by side between Wazza and Cassell as they go down into turn 11. Toro Rosso's just going to get ahead of Cassell and move himself up in a P4.
Very close at the front.
So those fresh tyres for Pecostas, he's practically he's right behind both of them.
Being this close, this turn is very difficult, but all goes well.
I say both Toro Rossos and Cassell have put themselves right in the hunt from when they pitted, and I think Furcon and Nelboy definitely helping them out, but they're right on the back of Pecostas, who's practically lost his lead he had.
Who hits the rear of Nelboy doesn't get damaged up. Now we're getting back to turn 3. Let's see how it will go. Costas on the outside of Nelboy.
Can he swoop around the outside? Just about.
Okay, now let's see. Turn 3 with a lot of cars. Gorka makes it.
Big lift.
As well. A lot of speed actually. On the inside of Gorka.
Oh, and into the back. Cassell goes into Wazza. And Wazza's going to jump across the corner, gets a time penalty as well for it. But a bit too late on the brakes there was Cassell. Oh, and Pecostas and Furcon have crashed. Much more grip for the McLaren, and Furcon's round.
Costas. Oh no, that's horrible for his race lead. Is there damage for Costas?
Flicker's got big front wing damage.
Costas has left wing damage. That's
and Waz has managed to get past Nelboy, so has taken the race lead. And Nelboy's now got Cassell looking at his inside. They go down into turn 11. He's got DRS and might even be looking to get the race lead. Sends a very late one and swooping round there, very tight on the corner was Wazza. And now Mikey's trying to get past Cassell as well. Can he get the switch back into turn number 14? Not quite, and just has to tuck in behind.
We might see Wazza's first win. Because all the race leaders so far is...
Oh, and down the inside goes Mikey on Cassell.
Yeah, that's damage. Oh, and that's matchup into the wall.
Off to the left-hand side.
There's a lot going on.
Because they're trying to send one down the inside on Mikey, and Mikey's coming to the pit lane. Get rid of that front wing damage. Picosas does have front wing damage as well.
I think we will see a few coming in for hearts.
Potentially just to try and go to the end, maybe.
Yeah, 2 cars, and let's see if any of them go for the hearts.
This seems whenever anyone gets in a good position to try and maybe work the way back up the order. I was just thinking Madchip's done really well and he's managed to get near the front again, and then he has, unfortunately has that incident.
Now let's not jinx it for Calais, but yeah, Florcon hearts. So we'll be going until the end, P14.
Well, Nelboy has lost out to Cassell, those fresh mediums, allowing him to get up into P2. And running wide is Law, and that's going to allow Magic Poop Cannon onto the back of him. Both of them have DRS. As they run down the second DRS straight, Mercedes driver looking to the inside, but just hangs back on this attempt. So Mazza gets another penalty. Madship close to Mikey as well. It runs very wide, and he's going to have DRS, but I think he might be too far back to have a go. But between third and sixth, they're so close at the moment.
Yeah, from P6 on, it's a gap of 3 seconds, I think, 4 seconds.
Nelboy's in the pits. That's going to promote quite a few drivers.
Here we go, turn 3 again. Goes well for Wazza, goes well for Cassell. Costas
runs very wide. Let's close the train right up between these three. Nelboy comes out in P8 on the fresh mediums. Magic Poop Cannon having a look up the inside of Law into turn 7, but just waits for the DRS straight, but DRS for Law. He's in the slipstream of the McLaren driver and looking to the inside already. He gets past, and Picosas drops down now, down his P4. Magic Poop Cannon right on the back of both of them. And of course it's the McLaren driver who's got DRS on this occasion, and already almost he's now alongside Law as they go into turn 11, and he gets ahead of the Renault driver, so back into the podium places.
Still with damage.
Picosas, yeah, doing quite well with that front wing damage on the left hand side. And
getting past Lar up to P4 again. Both the race leaders from at the start back in the battle for the win.
Oh, Picosas running very wide there. That's going to allow Poop Cannon to close right up. And in the Asia Cup at the moment, Wazza currently has no points. He's currently down in 21st.
Oh, if he gets his first points after 5 races by winning, that will be great to see. Because he is basically in an effective winning position, I think.
Yeah, I mean the well, pretty much the top guys, and Picosas I think has had a moment out turn 3. Front wing not helping him, has allowed Poop Cannon to get past. But yeah, Wazza is effectively leading the race.
Gorilla and Mikey and Matchip going for turn 3 now. Let's see.
Cassell though looking to the inside of Wazza, and Wazza might just be losing this race lead. And force a move there from Cassell, gets past, and Wazza can't fight back in the next part of the corner. But of course he's got DRS now, and we'll be looking to try and fight the Haas driver back. Bit of weaving there from Cassell. And can Wazza go round the outside? And he does. He swoops around the outside to regain the lead.
Great racing.
So Madship go on the inside of Broke Gorilla. And they're still side by side, and they go into the next corner. Madship pushed a bit wide, and another tap from Broke Gorilla, and I think Madship might be too far back to regain the place into the next corner.
Okay, I'm getting a drink for a second. It's very funny.
No worries. Cassell 3/10 behind Wazza. You can see he's definitely got the speed at the moment. Wazza holding up a brilliant defence for his race lead. Kostas has managed to get past Magic Poop Cannon on that last lap, and Madship finding a way past Broke Gorilla, as I think he's run wide there. Luckily there's no one behind him to lose out. Magic Poop Cannon all over the back of the McLaren, who seems to be struggling through turn 3. That front wing damage not helping him at all, and seeing the corners, Poop Cannon just got a lot more confidence. But Cassell looking up the inside of Wazza. They're going to be side by side now as they come out of turn number 7, and they run down the main straight. Wazza breaking that toe, but of course with DRS, Cassell should have the straight line advantage. And we'll see he's forced to go around the outside there by Wazza. Wazza going to try and hold position up the inside, and has gone very deep on the brakes, and that allows the switch back for the Haas driver, and he does get past. And with that, he's got a fantastic exit out of the corner, and I don't think with DRS, Wazza will be close enough to have another go. Poop Cannon didn't manage to get past Kostas on that last overtaking spot down into turn 8. Wazza still having a great race though, and very inside the podium positions. And Law actually closing in on Poop Cannon, so Poop Cannon maybe making that just a small error in that middle sector. And see the front 6 very, very close at the moment. So 6 seconds separates the top 6 drivers, so brilliant racing between the guys in the C5, again putting on a show for the whole of RLH and everyone else watching. Poop Cannon again closing up to Kostas through that final sector. Again, it's the McLaren driver who's saving ERS better and using it tactically on the straights to his advantage, but running very wide, bunny hopping over the curb there. And can Poop Cannon find a way around the outside into turn number 5? Not quite. On that occasion, with the McLaren losing the rear end a touch, and Poop Cannon actually into the back of him, and that's compromised him massively. And I think Law's going to get past him on the exit. Poop Cannon with that front wing just having much more confidence and better grip.
And what have I missed?
Cassell's got into the lead, and that's pretty much it. And Poop Cannon runs very deep into turn 8. He's going to cut the corner, but I think give the position to Law, and this could allow Bogorovsky past him as well. I think Bogorovsky's going to go up into P5. And he does, gets the job done into turn 11. Yeah, fortunately for Wazza, he lost the lead to Cassell. Couldn't fight it back. Cassell seems quite comfortable at the moment. Wazza running a little bit wide. That front wing damage not helping him.
Yeah, flawless race from Bogorovsky so far. No mistakes whatsoever. Yeah, very consistent.
Currently moved up 1 place.
Might be able to go till the end on these tires.
It is doable. I know King David did it in the C3. As Ross is into the pit lane.
I think I went like 20 laps on the mediums.
I went for soft, medium, medium.
Yeah, at the first
like
virtual safety car I went in for the mediums and then just went till the end. That's like lap 12 I think, lap 11. Ross is in the pits. Did he have damage? Because only, oh you know, he's taking new mediums which have been used in quali I think.
And Picosta's losing that final podium spot to Law. Renault driver goes up into third. Picosta's trying to switch back and getting a really good exit out of turn 9 with DRS and ERS. McLaren driver will try and fight it back as they run down the other pit lane straight, and he gets the position back. Another penalty for Wazza, and a side by side there almost was Magic Poop Cannon and Bogorowski. Bogorowski holding on to that P5 as first and second in the championship battle it out.
There might be a pretty great difference between people actually deciding to come in for new mediums or even softs and people just trying to stay out till the end.
Yeah, because when my race on Tuesday, King David stayed out, but by the end I did manage to catch him because I think his just tyres went off too much. His tyre wear is quite fresher tyres do gain you a lot of time here, and I know the undercut's quite powerful, even with just 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah, I went 17 laps on the mediums and my grip was horrible. So we shall see. Calais will for sure come in at some point. Maybe for the softs.
Maybe try hang it out for softs, you've got a fresh set. Round number 2 of Law versus Picostas. DRS for the Renault. We'll see if he can someone down the inside. He's going to try and do it, but both of them very late on the brakes, and Picostas just about keeping ahead, utilising his ERS to get good traction. And oh, I think that's broke Gorilla, who's gone off and he's facing the wrong way. His rear wing, and he's completely lost his front wing, so another victim of turn 3. And we have a safety car.
Oh damn, okay, while there's the safety car, Julianus wants to join commentary. So I suggested him for the party, you can send the invite if you want. So we have 3 commentators. Yeah, I suggested him. But the safety car, this will...
Have you invited him?
I suggested the invite, it's a private party, so you'll have to accept the invite.
No worries.
Yeah, Ghost Nova disconnecting. Cassell in the pits, Wazza in the pits, Costas in the pits, Lar in the pits, Bogorowski in the pits, Buchanan in the pits.
Well, I think if you're running a 2-stop now sort of the time you want to come in anyway. So
this is perfect for Calais actually.
Yes, surely he'll come into the pit lane as well. Just help close the field up.
No, we're staying out.
Ooh.
This will not work out well, I think, because he'll just lose positions at the start and then...
Yeah,
still ahead of him.
Cassell's got out ahead.
Wazza in P4, Laura in P3.
Madchip's actually going for softs. First person to take the gamble.
Doable, 11 laps.
Yeah, especially with a few laps under safety car conditions as well.
Clay in the pits as well, Gorilla.
Surely, getting rid of the hards.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision.
It's going to gain a few places, but I think just 6-lap old hards.
Yeah, I thought it was going to gain like 10 places, but it's just 3.
Ralph's gone for hards actually, interestingly.
Clay on mediums, Gorilla on mediums. Just, yeah, we have one guy on the softs and that's a match it.
He'll be looking for a fast restart. Spag's still confident on the Mikey podium. Down in P10, he decided not to pit. Oh, Poop Cannon's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Bogorowski, and missing quite a chunk of front wing as well on that left-hand side. And he's going to be into the pit lane. He's going to be in the pit lane for a new front wing, I'm sure.
Oh, was there damage? Yeah, that's mostly the case with safety cars in this game. People just not keeping that much distance. Have you sent Julianos the invite?
Yeah, I can send it to him quickly now. Let's try and find him, movement. Yeah. How do you spell Julianos? How do you spell Julianos? I-A... It's just not showing up. Yeah. Can I? No, I've got him there. Yeah, I've seen him. Send him an invite. Fortunate of him not being able to race, and yeah, Poop Cannon has come into the pit lane for fresh softs, so both Mercedes going to be very racy once we get going once again.
Yeah, safety car will be in this lap, I reckon.
Yeah, they should all bunch up. Poop Cannon down in 14th. And welcome Nova to the comms box.
Great, thanks. I was expecting to finish this race, but I guess not, so as good as it gets.
Okay, can you talk for a bit? I'll see if you're on stream.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think you would have wanted me to start in this race, let alone finish it. Really unfortunate, right at the start as well.
Yeah. Kicked me right when I was joining, but...
Yeah, because I mean, looking for another good race this week.
The mic is working. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Surely we'll get going at the end of this lap.
So, effective lead for Cassell. Wesa also looking at his first ever points, which might be a podium because Nelbo is on the old mediums.
So got to watch out for Ross on those softs. He'll be very quick.
Yep, safety car in this lap. Here we go.
Law already on the back of Nelboy. And Wazza trying to find a way past as well. Right off the start. Oh, very
Nelboy
deep.
goes off.
Oh, Nelbo going wide, yeah.
I have to watch him through turn 3 with though, not, you know, cold.
No, Wesa spinning off. Oh.
No! Oh, and collected by 4 drivers.
Oh, and that's okay. Calais is out.
There's out. On the right hand side. Carnage.
Yeah, there were like at least 8 drivers involved. I saw Bogorowski, Matchip, Wasa, Lara, Bogorowski, Gorilla, all involved.
A lot of cars have lost positions. I mean, Frickion is up to 5th. Managing to find his way through that, but Picosa's trying to get back at Ralph.
It was looking so good for Wasa.
It's unfortunate. It was just everyone just seemed to get collected up. Bogorowski's got past Gorilla, who doesn't have a front wing at all, so I think another guy involved in that.
No damage for Bogorowski, luckily, but he collected Wasa.
Can Ralph get past? Frickion not quite, but Picosa's trying goes outside and spinning there as he's collected by the Mercedes. He beautifully spins it round, but Ralph now down into P11. Luckily, no front wing damage. I think Poop kind of went into the back of him, and yeah, he came in to replace that front wing, and it's got the exact same damage it had. Picosa tries to go up the inside of Frickion, and bit aggressive, but gets through on the hard run and up on the P5. Magic Poop Cannon now trying to go around the outside, and more wing damage for the Mercedes. And he's going to stay out. He's got no front left-hand side. at all.
Bogoski back in P6 after that incident.
I say, I think you know, getting involved in that, he's lucky to still have a front wing. As Fricken's gone very wide and almost takes out Poop Cannon as he comes back onto the track. Costas has got past Mikey. That podium might still be on for Mikey, but 8 lap old mediums, it might be a struggle. Got 3 guys into the pit lane for fresh softs.
Marcel with his 3 lap long tyres has gotten a 4-second interval between Nelboy. Nelboy with the 9 lap long tyres.
Yeah, that will play a big part at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think because the longer it goes on, the worse it will just feel, especially through like turn 3. It's just so easy to lose the rear. You might struggle right towards the end. Bog right on the back of Mike now. Those 5 lap fresher tyres helping the Red Bull. Poop Cannon somehow staying out with that front wing missing. As Cassell's in the pit lane.
Oh, what happened to Cassell?
He's got a front wing. It
Maybe
might be a drive-through. No, yeah, I think he's got a drive-through.
Yep, that's a drive-through penalty for Cassell. Ross is in the lead, Costas back in P2. Let's see if DJ Mikey, yep, DJ Mikey up to P3, Bogoski in P4. And that's a virtual safety car. I didn't even notice.
Oh, Brett Gorilla's retired. Down at turn just before turn 14.
Wow.
Cassell comes out in P5 after his drive-through.
Couldn't even put on new tires.
But Ross currently leading up 10 places, starting in 11th. It's been a great race, just avoiding that incident of the safety car restart, and we're racing once again.
Great restart for Cassell. Yeah, easily overtaking Bogoski.
Law now trying to follow suit up the inside. Just hangs back sensibly. And Mike is on for that podium spag predicted, but I think Cassell with DRS might have other ideas on that, as Mad Chips managed to get past Wazza, but just about squeezing on the inside there. Cassell goes up into 3rd. But Wazza's going to, Mike is going to try and hold it around the outside, but the door just closes. As Ralph, I think, went in a bit too deep, has got past Flicker, and I think struggling on those medium hard tyres now. On the battle for P11 as Madchip loses that position to...
Madchip gets a 3-second penalty from too many warnings after corner cutting.
Wazza gets one as well as he just cuts across the corner there as he was defending. Ross is in the pit lane actually for tyres. Going on to softs now to the end. But it's going to drop right down to P10. And that promotes Picostas into the lead. Cassell into 2nd. With Law, we're trying to find a way past Mikey as they go onto the DRS straight. Nelboy on the back of Frickion as well. Surely Ross should have stayed out with only 6 laps left. Might as well take the risk rather than dropping down to P10.
Oh, I didn't even notice I didn't get damage.
No, he came in for tyres.
Oh, that's very weird. It wasn't in the heat.
So Nelboy gets past Frickion into the chicane. Now, I'm assuming he was just following his 2-stop strategy, because the tyres are sort of 10 laps old. So trusting Jeff with that one.
I guess, but he's not down to P10.
Yeah, and Waz has just lost P11 as Madchip managed to get past him. They're battling on the softs at the back of the field at the moment. Mikey's run very deep, and that's allowed Law to get past. as they go underneath the hotel. Battle of the racing points.
Okay, here we are once again with turn 3. That was a huge incident, by the way.
It was a massive crash.
Yeah. All seems to go well.
Nelboy gets past Ralph. And Ross is right in the back of Floricky on those hards. No match for the softs at the moment, and Ross trying to go on the inside, and they're inside each other now. That's a very unorthodox overtaking strategy, but gets past.
Works as well.
Poop Cannon managing to close in on Mikey, despite missing half his front wing.
5 more laps to go, and Kostas is back in the lead.
Cassell is catching up to him though. Not by much, but about 3/10 a lap.
Ward needs quite a few laps still to get past them, but you never know.
I say that the closer he gets, you know, if he can just try and get in DRS range, it could massively help him out. Poop Cannon closing in on Mikey. Despite that throwing damage, I think the soft tyres still very good, and Nelboy's on the back of them, so big battle for P5 coming together. And oh, Nelboy managing to send one up the inside on the final corner, and he catches Magic Poop Cannon out, who had a poor run through the penultimate corner. A really good overtake there by Nelboy. Ross on the back of Ralph now as they're just about to go through turn 3.
Ooh, Nelboy getting past Mikey in turn 3 on the inside.
I think Mikey's got more front wing damage than he had when we last talked about Mikey's front wing.
Ross with the switchback. Lining his way up, but yeah. Oh, yellow flags. Oh, that's matchup splitting. Probably turn 3 again.
Got no front wing damage just yet, but Ross has managed to get past Magic Poop Cannon as well. Just about keeps it on the track. The 2 places from Ross on that one straight and a brilliant exit off the corner. Puts him up in a P7, but Ralph's now going to try and go around the outside of the Mercedes, and the Mercedes backs out and just sits in P9.
Rogoski getting really close to Cassell now.
Gap, Spino just needs to try and get it underneath that second to utilise a bit of DRS.
Has Rogoski won a F1 race yet?
In the Asia Cup he's got 3 podiums, no race win just yet.
I don't really remember him winning any race like last season.
I can have a look. Yeah, he's got 3 race wins in his RLH career. I'm not sure about.
Once in F2 in Monaco, I remember, but the rest I don't know.
Ross on the back of Mikey.
Over there.
I mean, yeah, just playing it sensible.
Slovakia lifting a whole lot.
Ross right on the back of Mikey. He's going to have DRS on the Toro Rosso driver.
Just no DRS for Rogoski, because he's so close.
And down the inside goes Ross on Mikey, and I think Mikey's actually going to hold it around the outside very well there, but Ross maybe trying to switch back out of turn 8, 9. Now DRS once again. Ross, can he find a way past? Down into 11, you're looking to the outside. Try and sweep it around the outside. Mikey defending as best he can.
He is round. Ralph getting past. Buchanan not getting past, okay. Let's see what he can do in 3 laps. Is there damage though? No, okay.
It was just tyre face to tyre face. Boggs managed to get the gap.
In the DRS. Oh no, not again. He lost the DRS once again, I think.
Yeah, but I think it was Novi said a couple of laps ago. You know, I think Cassell's definitely got that gap down by a second since you last spoke about the gap right at the top. I think Cassell looking better at the moment. He's close to DRS range. So McLaren a bit slightly out of the hairpin. And Nelboy is going to try and find a way past Law down the back straight. With DRS, this could be relatively easy for the Racing Point.
Let's just say this. Max Poopken didn't secure the title and Mercedes didn't secure the title this way.
I shouldn't have brought it up, should I?
Yeah.
Now we'll get some of the P4.
Russell to P7 now.
Law not close enough to have another go at Nelboy. Yeah, I think with Magic Pugan and that being down in P9, it's a great chance for Nelboy and Bogorowski to try and close that gap. But Pecostas, I mean, as things stand, 2 race wins in a row, and he'll be right in the hunt for second place now, having been down in the sort of 11th, 12th before Russia.
Speaking point-wise, the positions everyone's in right now, looks like Costas is going to snug right into 5th on the standings after this race. If everybody keeps in their positions right now, which is definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it will still be a battle for the title between a few.
But it looks like Costas has gotten his game up again and is making a larger gap to Cassell, and is probably going to take this race win if he keeps his head down.
Yeah, Bogorowski hasn't managed to get close to Cassell either, so looks like this will be the podium.
Ross has just sent one down the inside on Mikey into the hairpin, but didn't quite work, and now he's going to have DRS on the back straight. They got Ralph watching on from behind, but side by side now.
Matchup losing it again. Turn 3 is a bit deadly for Matchup, I think.
And Ross just gets ahead of Mikey now. Can Mikey fight back with a bit of DRS? He's closing in on the Red Bull driver. Looks to the inside. Goes on the inside, but Ross very late on the brakes. Manages to keep ahead. I think with some of the battles being really close, I think penalties could shake this up as well. I don't think the guys at the front have too many. I don't remember seeing any of them pop up. So I'll have to see how that pans out. We're on the final lap of the race now.
Yeah, penalties might change a bit. Bogorowski has for sure no penalty. Let me take a look actually at the top 3. Costas with no penalties.
Oh, Cassell's dropped it, he's in the wall.
Oh no.
On the final lap. Missing a bit of front wing. And Nelboy goes up in the 3rd. Law slides past as well.
Bogorowski has a 5-second place, but yeah, 5-second penalty. Now let's take a look at Nelboy's penalties.
Really unfortunate lap for Cassell to drop the rear in turn 3.
Yeah. Turn 3 has been deadly.
And that promotes Nelboy up into the podium spot, so again helping out Bogorowski and Nelboy in the championship. So they get 3 extra points.
Big enough gap to secure the win. Even if he does spin, he probably has some space to gain that gap again in the very last lap.
Yeah.
2 race wins in a row.
Cassell might be able to get back to P4.
But Picosa's just come around the penultimate corner and the final corner, and it's 2 wins in a row for the McLaren driver, before penalties are applied, of course. But the fireworks are out, and it's a very good win for Cassell. Bogros is taking P2. I think even with penalties, it's going to be Nelboy in third.
Take a look at the lore. P4, Cassell, P5. Ross almost spinning out of the exit in P6. Mikey in P7. Ralph in P6, getting past 2 guys.
Yeah, Ross drops down to P7 with those penalties as well.
Now Poop Cannon, the Mercedes.
Actually,
Past Mikey.
jumps Mike, and so does Fricon as well.
Was out of fuel. Out of the points. Yeah, matchup. It was very unlucky. Like spinning 4 times, I think, in turn 3. Finishing off.
Mercedes sort of doing what they did in Germany in 2019 to a degree.
Yeah.
A very good race and another great win for Picostas.
That was very eventful.
That massive turn 3 crash definitely mixed things around at the end of the race.
Very, very hectic after that safety car restart, with a mix of guys on fresh tyres and sort of slightly older tyres as well.
Okay, we'll be doing interviews. It's maybe a bit too hot for that. Whatever you guys want.
I'm flexible. I think might be good with that. We'll keep them short and sweet, but send out some invites.
Yeah.
So that hectic end. And
who has the fastest lap? Seems like that's
Bog, I think. Oh no, it's Cassell.
Yeah.
2 guys in the
in this race.
1 minute 39s. There's some great races out there. Nelboy getting third from P12 on the grid. Ralph coming up from 15th to get 6th, and Ross as well making up 4 places. And Flickron as well making up 7. So some guys definitely profiting from some other people's misfortunes. We'll invite the top 3. It was Picostas and Nelboy. I sent Picostas an invite. I can invite him up.
Wes has fallen out of turn 3. That was
which time? because he did it twice.
Yeah, but where like 8 cars collected each other.
He collected me too, but I survived somehow. I did lose like 6 or 7 positions, but a lot of cars were colliding after that with each other, and it gave me the opportunity to come back a bit.
Yeah, that was a huge crash.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good race. Okay, Ebony, you can start off questions.
Yeah, start with Coast, of course. Another win back-to-back wins now, 50 points in the last 2 races. How was that for you right at the end? Of course, getting the lead, sort of had it at the start, of course, great pole, but then managing to get it back in the later stage of the race. So how was it all for you?
I really don't know. It was a very eventful race. For us, I was leading. Then, after the first pit stop, I crashed with a Ferrari. They were really, too slow. I had fresh tires. I tried to avoid any contact, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. I had some crash. I had wing damage. The second stint was really painful with that damage in my wing. I had plenty of fantasy in most of the corners, and I don't know how I get the lead at the end. Maybe other people crashed. I don't know what happened. Very happy to be, to win my second race in a row, and I can't wait for the next race. Really, it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, definitely as well. Another big 25 points for you as well, and big stuff.
Thank you.
Well, okay, on to Bogorski. How did it all go?
Very, very eventful because, well, first of all, congratulations to Kostas, great race. I never expected to finish this high because this is a track that normally really doesn't suit me. So I was already surprised with P6 in qualifying, but I had to pace in the race, and I actually could have gone a lot faster, but I was in traffic and I was held up a lot. For a long time I was behind Waza, but that was dangerous, to say it like that, because he goes wide like every corner, and really unpredictable in his moves. So I was a bit afraid to do the overtake, but then he messed up himself. He went off track, hit me, but well, fortunately I didn't have damage. Race continued, moved up a few places, and then somehow ended up again behind Waza. And he spun off, collected me and a few other cars, but again lucky not having damage. And then some weird race happened where it kept moving up places, and then Caso, who was really fast today, binned it in the last lap. And the only thing that really worried me is behind the safety car. Magic Poop Cannon hit me from behind, and it gave me a 5-second penalty, which was ridiculous. So I was like, oh shit, here goes a chance on podium. But once after the safety car situation, I was able to run away from Laura and the rest of the group. So I thought, okay, P3 is fine, but gained an extra spot. So happy with that. Yeah.
Congrats. I saw you in Discord saying that you were happy with P10 or something. So.
Yeah. I would have taken that, but this is much better.
Yeah. Okay, on to Nellboy. How did your race go? Tell me about it. Is Nellboy here? That's the question.
I did see him join the party.
He's quiet.
Join the party.
Yeah.
I think you might be reconnecting.
Nellboy.
Hello.
Hey, okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay. Apologies about that. It's my first time on the comms.
Okay, wait. Can you make sure your audio is shared? Like when allow your audio to be shared in the stream, you can.
In the party settings, yeah, always allow. I've got on that one.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, tell me about your race. How did everything go?
Well, I mean, for me, it was quite eventful. From what I've heard, it seems to be it was all going off everywhere else. But qualifying was dreadful for me. It was, just couldn't get a decent lap in. So obviously, being outside the top 10, decided to go for the mediums. And just to see how long I could get them to last. But it worked out quite well. I had some good battles at the end, obviously some good pace on the softs, and absolutely thrilled to get third from where I was. So yeah, absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, great result by everyone over here. Magic Poop Cannon finished P9, so standing wise this will be a big race.
Oh dear.
You're, I think now, great. Yeah, pretty much in a battle for P2 and maybe P1 even. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, because Magic Poop Cannon could have won the championship today, but of course, both of you guys having great races have stopped him from doing that and keeping the championship fight alive for the last 2 rounds.
Well, it's very nice of him to make it interesting for the last couple of rounds for us, at least. So.
Yeah, definitely. But Singapore next week. I think we'll go through the top 3 and see how you find that. Precostas, Singapore, a track you're a fan of.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the flow of the track. I think I'm fast there, but it's all about getting away from incidents, getting without damage from lap 1. If all that happens, I think I have a good chance for a podium.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bog as well. How do you find Singapore?
I think it's a track that suits me. Although last season I really messed up with the wrong tires in the end and the damage. So I started great that race. From P2, was a P2 a long time and then messed up, but it happens. But I like the track and it should suit me. So hoping for another podium, and if Magic somehow poops up again, he might make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Have a title decider in Suzuka potentially.
No, boy. How do you feel about Singapore?
It's a lovely track, but I'm just no good at it. It's one of my nemesis, that in Monaco. I say don't like street circuits at all, so a lot of practice needs to go into that one, I think.
You must drive with a controller.
No, with the controller. No, I've got the wheel, but I've got to get used to it. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not very good on street circuits, so I'm learning. It's my first season of doing any league racing at all, so it's all brand new to me. But thoroughly enjoying it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and best of luck to all 3 of you. Hoping it's a nice clean race, but with C5 you never know.
True. Right. Well, thank you guys for comments, and see you next week.
Thank you ever so much. You take care.
So, right, guys, have a good week.
You too.
And
Yeah.
I think with the heat we'll leave the stream there. So join us next week for the race in Singapore. Of course, the action starts on Tuesday, and of course we've got racing on Wednesday, and we're with the C5 on Thursday. So thank you for Gexy for joining me, and also Nova right at the end.
Ghost Nova.
Ghost Nova joining the comms box.
Okay.
All right.
Well.
Thanks, guys, and we'll end the stream there. So see everybody soon.